We're going to start at Google, and we're going to Google Colorado Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. You're going to look for the option that says dmva.colorado.gov as the web address. Make sure it's the .gov. And this is the home page. We're going to scroll down to Records Requests. Visit Archives in case this changes. You could also come under Services in the drop-down menu, Archives. So you have two ways of getting to the correct page. We're going to visit Archives. This is the page with information on getting Colorado National Guard military personnel records. In this first section, it's going to explain where to request your records, depending on if you were in the Army National Guard, the Air National Guard, and depending on what date you separated. So pay attention. If you separated after 2007, so let's say you left in 2024, you're going to need to submit a standard Form 180 and photo ID to the G1 Personnel Office with Stephanie Filter, and the email address is here. If you separated from the Air National Guard after 2003, you're going to need to visit the Air Reserve Personnel Center online, and this is the phone number. Remember, you can only submit to the G1 if you left the Army National Guard after 2007. If you left the Army or the Air National Guard before 2007 or before 2003, that's when you would send your request to the Colorado Department of Military and Veterans Affairs Archives Department. And that information is down here. And you can send it via fax or mail, or the recommended way to submit it is online. And just like for the Army National Guard, you're going to need a standard Form 180 and a legible, clear copy of your government-issued photo ID. When you're filling out this standard Form 180, please note that it does need a signature down here, and notice how in the browser you cannot sign it. So you either need to fill this out using Adobe Acrobat, or you can print it and fill it out by hand. So just make sure that you're not filling this out solely in the browser. You could fill it out here and print it with the information and then sign it by hand. Or again, you could fill this out in the Adobe Acrobat program, in which case the signature field you'll be able to sign digitally. Let's go back to the archives page. And then remember, take a picture or a copy. You can submit either a photo or a copy of a government-issued photo ID. I'm going to show you how to submit this online, the recommended way. So we're going to click on the link. This is just a reminder on the front page of whose record does DMVA Archive have. And please note, if you're applying for a VA loan or benefits, you really only need your NGB22, DD214, and retirement points. And those are usually returned in 1 to 3 business days. But if you check the box on this standard Form 180 for the official military personnel file, your entire file, it may take 2 to 4 weeks to process your request. So if you are in a rush, you might want to only ask for the documents you actually need from your file. But if you do request the entire file, it's just going to take longer to process. And if for any reason you find any part of this process that you're unable to complete it because it's not accessible to you, maybe because you use assistive technology, you can ask for help by sending an email or filling out an accessibility concern form. But the first question on this form, to upload your standard Form 180 and your photo ID, did you leave the Colorado National Guard or Air Guard before 2007? Again, if you left after 2007, you need to submit to the G1 if you're Army, or the Air Reserve Personnel Center if you were Air. But we're going to click yes. This is another spot you can download the standard Form 180. Pretending we've filled one out, we're going to hit submit a complete form. So you're going to put in the name of the person requesting. So if you are the veteran requesting, you'd put your name here. If you're next of kin, put your name here. If you are a third-party organization, you would put your name here and the organization's name. A phone number in case they need to contact you about your record. Your email address, a good email address. Make sure you double check that that's typed correctly. And a completed standard Form 180, a clear copy of your photo ID, and if you are next of kin and the person you're requesting records for has passed away, submit proof of death, such as an obituary or a death certificate. And then how would you like your records back? Email, fax, or mail? And if you request it back via email, do you use assistive technology? Do you need the PDF to be made accessible to your assistive technology? So essentially, that's usually for people who are blind or low vision and need their screen reader to read the document to them. You would click yes. So after you've filled out all the questions, you'll hit submit and then wait to hear back. And that's it. That's how you submit your request for records online to the Colorado Department of Military and Veterans Affairs Archives Department.